I served in the Korean War aboard in the Navy as a pilot aboard aircraft carriers, and that was during the decades of the 50s. And then when Sputnik went up in October '57, I was going back to test pilot duty. At that time, the first astronauts were being selected, and I decided that's what I wanted to do. So.
So you heard that they're asking for volunteers?
Well, I had inside news as to how they were being selected.
Oh, okay.
So I applied for it and got it. But I had to, before I did, I went back and I had, well, at this point I have 5 PhDs, but I got a doctorate in aerospace back in 1963 from MIT. After Eisenhower formed NASA, NASA asked the major technical schools, MIT, Caltech, Princeton, and Stanford, to set up graduate programs in aerospace because nobody knew what it was about. God in the heavens, man in the middle, and everything else below. That's all we really knew. And so I was one of the first to get a doctorate out of MIT.
Oh my goodness!
In
wow.
1963, and then got pulled into NASA in 1966. All in between, I was served at what was called the Manned Orbiting Laboratory, which was a military space program, which was a short-lived program in the 1960s.
At that time, was it competitive?
Oh yeah.
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 A lot of guys probably wanted to get into that because it was elite, it was new, adventurous.
Yeah, and you had to be a test pilot to even get considered.
Okay.
And I was a test pilot, but with a doctorate, and so that when
put you at the top of the class.
Yeah, when my class was selected, 3 of us. Well, you may have heard of us. Myself, Ken Mattingly of Apollo 13, and Fred Hayes of Apollo 13. I would have been on Apollo 13 also, except Alan Shepard came along. I'll make it short the story. Alan Shepard wanted to come on the flight with me, so we were assigned to Apollo 13, but headquarters in Washington didn't approve that. Alan had been grounded since his first flight with an inner ear problem, and they wanted him to take some more training time, so they forced a switch between our crew and Jim Lovell's crew, who were going to be on Apollo 13. They were on a 14. We switched. They took 13, we got 14. They got a bad machine, we got the good machine. And Fred Hayes and I, Ken Mattingly and I got the Presidential Medal of Freedom for saving Apollo 13. I'll show you a picture on it.
Oh, wow.
Let me go in the other room.